afternoon, I hope everyone's well today. Our Mayor of London, Sadiq Khan, is getting on his soapbox and crying like a little baby because he doesn't like democracy and he doesn't like democratically elected presidents who are coming into office tomorrow. He's calling President-elect Trump a fascist and he's afraid that he's going to become a dictator. That's really not going to happen. It can't happen in the United States because of the way the Federation is set up. The President's power is curtailed by the Supreme Court, the Senate, and federalism. The states have self-governing rights, all 50 states, and the Federation is very, very mindful of that. The President's power is curtailed, so there is no way he can actually become a dictator. Of course, other systems of government around the world don't actually have that type of safeguard or check and balance, so he may want to look at other places before he starts throwing stones at America. Let me look at another point that a fascist may be, which is nationalism, a sense of national pride. That in and of itself wouldn't create a fascist, okay? America first is a perfectly reasonable stance for a president to take in America. You've got two. You can actually be a globalist or a nationalist, and I'd pick a nationalist every single time. You should have preference for your own citizens over new arrivals. If only we had national preference over the new arrivals and the boat people, the British, the new British from France, then we may actually be onto something with that. So now, I'm proud to be British, and the Americans should be proud to be American. As simple as that. Then we look at suppression of dissent. I don't think the Republican Party in America is all about suppression of dissent. If anything, they were safeguarding their Second Amendment, which is their right to free speech. Other countries around the world do suppress dissent and do lock up undesirables for one reason or another. So you may want to look at other examples, Mr. Khan, before you start calling other people fascists. That would be my advice on that point. Then we look at a military presence abroad. Yes, the Americans have got a huge military and they do use that presence. And that's not specifically Donald Trump and that's not specifically the Republicans either. I would be more concerned about what other countries are doing, like the United Kingdom, saying they're going to put boots on the ground in Ukraine. That would be dangerous in my opinion, and that should be stopped. And then we look at the final point, which is the anti-democratic sentiments. That's what a fascist would do. They would look to cancel elections, they would look to delay leaving office, they would look to, I don't know, flip any democratic advantage they could think of to make sure that they win the next election. That's what a fascist would do. So when you look at the United Kingdom, and when you look at the United States, I think the Americans are protected in ways that we probably aren't. So cry a little bit louder, Khan. Cry a little bit louder. I don't think the Americans and Donald Trump can hear you over all the winning. He's going to make America great again. Hopefully some of that will rub off across the Western world and specifically the Anglosphere. Suppression of dissent is the one that gets me every single time. The left do that all the time and they think, well, we're just protecting minorities. Well, no, you're not, because you're doing that at the expense of the majority population, which is unacceptable. Mr. Khan, you are a disgrace. I cannot wait until you are voted out of office. Maybe if we got a patriot in instead, that would be a step in the right direction. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up, give me a like and subscribe. Have a good afternoon. Thank you for watching.